Okay, Bismillah. So our group are planned to do pen using foundry method. So the first method is the melting the aluminum. So we get the block of aluminum and we melt them using the burner. And then after the melt process finish, then we need to go to the next step, which is degassing the aluminum, which is we remove the air bubbles or hydrogen from the molten aluminum. And then the next step is molding. We are making mold, which is for example, we have the block and with the sand, and then we put the pan to make this shape. So we have two blocks so that both sides we can get the shape of the pan. So let's move to the next step.
The first thing to do is put the first piece of the pen model without holes face down with the inverted drag, making sure neither touches the other. Then we fill the drag with the molding sand and ram it so that it becomes solid. When the sand is firm enough, we flip the drag over and attach the second piece of the model with the first one, and we insert the runner stick. Then we insert the cope above the drag and pour in and ram the sand again. After that, we remove the runner stick and both of the molds from the molding sand. As you can see, the sand will be molded in the shape of the model with the pouring cup next to it. But the pouring cup isn't connected to the main mold yet, so we have to manually dig a runner for the metal to flow into the mold. This straight line now connects the pouring cup to the mold. Then we connect and secure the cope and drag and pour in the molten metal into the pouring cup. Eventually, the molten metal will solidify, and we now have a casting of our pen. Then we remove the casting from the cope and drag, and we run it through a process called a shakeout to filter any remaining sand from the casting. But the casting is still connected to the excess metal in the pouring cup and other vents. So we use a process called degating to remove this extra metal, and finally we have our pen casting.
Thank you, Amir. Okay, for the next part, making pen foundry, we just proceed to the next step, which is heat treating. Heat treating is basically we control the heat through the flow of air. It is important because we want to modify, to control the physical properties such as hardness, strength, and suddenly we can control also the chemical property. For the next part, after heat treating, we go to the surface cleaning. We can see in the surface cleaning, we just want to remove the sand from the gas. As we know, when we do pouring, the metal into the sand, it will make the sand will attract to this particular object, and we need to clean it. And the last process is finishing. Finishing is more to we want to remove the unwanted part, and we want to make the final product more clear. That's all for me.